Each month you receive your Social Security check and ask yourself, with this money, how am I supposed to live the rest of my life? In the US, it might barely cover rent and insurance, but somewhere else with the same amount, you could wake up by the ocean, eat out every day, and get medical care that feels like a five-star resort. There are countries where the cost of living is half, but the quality of life is twice as high, where you no longer count every dollar, but live every moment. Whether it's a $15 fresh seafood meal by the coast of Vietnam or a mountain view apartment for just $800 in Mexico. The question is no longer, is the money enough? But, where will you choose to live so your retirement is worth more every single day? Dream it. Pack it. Go. 10. Thailand. The 5-a-day paradise. They call Thailand the land of smiles, but for Americans struggling with a modest Social Security check, it's also the 5-a-day paradise, where bills get lighter and life opens wider. Instead of waking up to car horns in New York, you open your eyes in a modern condo in Chiang Mai, with a blue pool and a gym right downstairs. Rent? Just $300, $450 a month, the same as a parking space in Los Angeles. Outside, a whole world of food awaits. A plate of pad thai for $1, a chilled coconut for $0.75. The money for one fast food meal in Florida could feed a whole group of friends in Chiang Mai. Cost is the key. With $100 and $200, $500 a month, you've got housing, utilities, transport, and entertainment covered. In the suburbs, even around $900 is doable. While in the US, $200 barely rents a small apartment. In Thailand, the same amount gives you modern comfort, daily meals out, regular spa visits, and still some left over. But Thailand isn't just cheap. It upgrades your quality of life. Private hospitals like Bangkok Hospital look no different from five-star resorts, where a full health checkup costs just $100 instead of $500 in the US. Dentists charge $20 for a cleaning, less than a dinner in New Jersey. That's why Thailand has become a hub for medical tourism. And for retirees, the feeling of being cared for without draining your wallet is priceless. Another big plus is the retirement visa policy. As long as you're over 50, you qualify. Either prove income of 65,000 baht month, minus 800, or deposit 800,000 baht, 22,000, in a Thai bank. No need for hundreds of thousands like in Europe, and no exhausting visa runs. Just renew annually and settle into long-term comfort. And finally, what makes many stay? Respect. In the US, old age can sometimes mean loneliness, but in Thailand, you're called uncle or auntie, a way of addressing filled with affection and respect. The expat community is large but never suffocating, stretching from digital nomads in Chiang Mai to sea lovers in Hua Hin. When Bangkok gets too hot, it's easy to escape to the northern mountains or the sun-drenched southern islands. Thailand isn't just cheap. It elevates retirement, where you both save money and live more fully. If you're holding a Social Security check, would you choose Chiang Mai's mountains or Hua Hin's ocean to write the next chapter of your life? Leave a comment. Hit like if you think Thailand is worth considering, and don't forget to subscribe to discover the next country. 9. Vietnam. The Miami of Asia. Few know that Mai Khe Beach in Da Nang was once called China Beach by American soldiers during the war. More than half a century later, that place has transformed into the Miami of Asia, attracting not only travelers, but also American retirees searching for a new life. And what surprises many? You can live right on this white, sandy shore at just a fraction of the cost back home. A modern apartment overlooking Da Nang's beach, With an infinity pool and concierge service, rents for only $500 a month. In the US, that amount often wouldn't even cover an old unit in the suburbs. Step outside, and you can order a steaming bowl of pho for just $1.50. Feeling luxurious? Two people can enjoy fresh seafood right on the beach for only $15 total. Add it all up, and one person can live comfortably in Vietnam on $1,000 to $2,500 a month, including housing, food, utilities, transportation, and unforgettable cultural experiences. Vietnam's healthcare system is improving rapidly. Private hospitals like FV Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City are managed to French standards, with doctors trained in the West. A cardiac stress test costs about $85. One-tenth the price in the U.S. Private health insurance for foreigners is also easy to purchase and reasonably priced. While the public system is still uneven, choosing a major city means the quality of care can put you at ease. Visa policy is what many pay attention to. At present, Vietnam doesn't have an official retirement visa. Most retirees use long-term tourist visas or business visas through agencies, costing around $300 a year. The good news is that the government is considering launching a retirement or digital nomad visa, which could make Vietnam the top choice in Southeast Asia in the coming years. In the meantime, current options are flexible enough for thousands of Americans to live here long-term. But Vietnam's greatest strength isn't just its affordability. It's the culture and rhythm of life. You'll see elders practicing Tai Chi around Hoan Kiem Lake before sunrise. Sit on tiny plastic stools, sipping a $2 Say Fei Sua Ja while listening to endless stories. Take overnight cruises on Ha Long Bay, or wander Hanoi's narrow alleys filled with the smoky aroma of grilled bun cha. These are moments you can't really buy with money in the U.S. Of course, Vietnam has its downsides. Traffic is dense and chaotic, often overwhelming if you try riding a motorbike. English proficiency is still limited outside tourist areas, so learning a few basic Vietnamese phrases helps a lot. Yet this rawness is exactly what preserves Vietnam's authenticity. So different from places that have become overly westernized, like Thailand. Vietnam, with its blue seas, amazing food, vibrant yet deeply human lifestyle, is fast becoming a second home for many American retirees. Here, a social security check that feels tight back home suddenly turns into a ticket to a richer life, filled with experiences and emotions. If you have $1,200 a month, would you choose a beachfront condo in Da Nang or a small house tucked in Hanoi's Old Quarter to write the next chapter of your retirement? Comment your answer. Hit like if you think Vietnam is worth considering. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next country on the list. 8. Philippines, where retirement becomes a passport to freedom. In 1985, the Philippine government did something few countries in the world had ever considered. It created the Special Resident Retirees Visa, SRRV, a golden card allowing foreigners to retire and live long-term across its 7,000-plus islands. To this day, the SRRV remains one of the oldest and easiest retirement visa programs in Asia, opening the door for tens of thousands of Americans to find a new life in the tropics. In return, you're granted long-term residency, freedom from visa-run hassles, and even tax and entry privileges. This is a clear advantage over many other countries in the region, where retirement visas are still rare or tied up in complex conditions. Imagine a morning in Dumaguete, often called the retirement capital of the Philippines. You wake up in a rental apartment outside the city center for just $300–500 a month, open your window to the endless blue sea, and hear the steady rhythm of waves instead of choking traffic. Coffee isn't a $6 Starbucks, but a strong $1 cup of Barako at the corner shop. With a social security check that barely covers bills in the US, in the Philippines you can not only cover all your living expenses, but also live comfortably, eat out often, and even indulge in a $6 massage now and then. The total budget for a couple to live well in the Philippines runs about $250 to $100 per month. That figure covers housing, food, utilities, transportation, and even leisure activities like snorkeling coral reefs or taking ferries to lesser-known islands. Compare that to the US, where $1,500 means scraping by in a small town. In the Philippines, it buys you a seaside apartment, part-time household help, and still leaves room to save. Healthcare is another bright spot. Private hospitals in Manila, Cebu, or Davao are high quality, with prices just a fraction of what you'd pay in the US. Many doctors are foreign-trained and fluent in English. A private clinic visit costs only about $15 to $20, and personal health insurance for seniors typically runs $50 to $150 a month, depending on the package. That's why so many Americans choose the Philippines not only for the savings, but also for attentive health care. Of course, no place is perfect. The Philippines faces tropical storms every year, and infrastructure outside major cities is still limited. Power can go out for several hours, and internet can be unstable in remote areas. But in return, this simplicity creates a sense of closeness and the warmth of the people, with easy smiles and greetings in English, makes many Americans feel welcomed, as if they were at home. If you're holding an SRRV, would you choose lively Cebu or peaceful Dumaguete to write the next chapter of your life? Leave a comment, hit like if the Philippines is on your dream list, and don't forget to subscribe to keep exploring the next country. 7. Mexico. A second home just across the border. Mexico is home to the largest American retiree community in the world, with many joking, all it takes is a few hours' drive and you're retired abroad. Its geographic closeness lets you stay connected with family while cutting living costs in half. At Lake Chapala, the second home of tens of thousands of Americans, you can live in a 3-bedroom house with a large garden and even hire part-time gardening help, all for about $800 a month. In the US, that same amount often only covers a small apartment, and Mexican cuisine is nearly impossible to resist. $1 street tacos hot off the grill, $3 rooftop margaritas with views over San Miguel de Allende. When you crave a taste of home, Walmart and Costco are everywhere, offering a sense of comfort few other places can match. Mexico is also famous for affordable yet high-quality healthcare. A dental implant costs only about $1,200 instead of $4,000 in the US. With a total budget of $1,600 per month, you don't just live comfortably, you have enough to enjoy little luxuries. Though some areas still face security challenges, expat communities cluster in Ajijic or San Miguel, safe, welcoming, and well-supported. Mexico offers a rare combination, vibrant and new with its rich culture, yet familiar and neighborly, truly a second home just across the border. 6. Malaysia. A harmony of Asia and Europe on the equator. Walking through Georgetown's old streets in Penang feels like hearing a 3-part symphony, lively Malay from food stalls, crisp Chinese from traditional medicine shops, and English from passing tourists. This blend makes Malaysia a unique bridge between East and West, where American retirees not only save money, but also soak in a rich cultural mix. A high-rise condo in Kuala Lumpur, with an infinity pool, gym, and 24/7 security, rents for only $600 a month. Outside, a plate of the iconic Penang Char Kway Teow costs $3, while a full-body MRI and a modern private hospital is just $300, compared to $2,500 in the US. Doctors trained in the UK and Australia speak fluent English, making healthcare reassuring and accessible. With a budget of $1,200 per month, you can choose the lively pace of the capital or the relaxed coconut-shaded lifestyle in Penang, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The Malaysia My Second Home MM2H program grants up to 10 years of residency, requiring proof of about $48,000 in assets, offering a long-term security few Asian nations provide. Of course, Malaysia has its caveats: high taxes on alcohol and certain conservative Muslim regions. But in exchange, you get modern infrastructure, fast internet, globally connected airports, and a thriving expat community. Malaysia feels like a gateway into Asia, yet familiar enough for Americans to retire with peace of mind. 5. Colombia, eternal spring at the foot of the Andes. Few places in the world enjoy a year-round climate as perfect as Medellin, 68-79 degrees, 20-26 degrees, all year long, never too hot, never too cold. That's why this Andean capital is called the City of Eternal Spring, drawing more and more Americans fleeing Chicago's long winters or Florida's sweltering summers. In upscale El Poblado, you can rent a high-rise apartment with a balcony view over the entire city for just $700 a month. A cup of world-class Colombian coffee costs $1, and a European-style dinner less than $20. Your total monthly budget falls around $1,200–$2,500, enough to live comfortably with room left over for trips to the Amazon or Cartagena. Colombia's healthcare system is another big surprise. A specialist visit costs only about $30, while public EPS insurance runs around $80 a month. Global rankings even rate Colombia's healthcare above the US and Canada, making it a double win. A retirement haven that also takes care of your health. The retirement visa is straightforward. Prove a stable income of just $750 a month, and your Social Security check already qualifies. Of course, Colombia once had a tough reputation for safety, but today expat neighborhoods in Medellin, Cartagena, and Cali feel lively and secure, filled with salsa music, artisan markets, and warm smiles. A country once approached with caution now shines as a retirement paradise for those willing to step off the beaten path. Chapter 4. Costa Rica, the Symphony of Pura Vida. If any country has turned retirement into a slow, gentle melody, it's Costa Rica. Back in 1948, this small nation made a rare choice in history. It abolished its military and invested in education and healthcare instead. More than 70 years later, the result is a stable, safe society radiating positivity, wrapped up in two words every visitor learns quickly: Pura Vida. Live simply, enjoy fully. On the beaches of Tamarindo or Nosara, you can rent a two-bedroom villa with a private pool and tropical garden for about $7,200 a month. At the local market, just a few dollars fill your basket with fresh produce for the whole week. Dining out? Rarely more than $15 for dinner. Altogether, an American retiree can live comfortably on $1,200–$800 a month, far less than rent alone in California or Florida. Healthcare in Costa Rica is among the best in Latin America. Choose the public system for very low costs, or modern private hospitals with US-level care at a fraction of the price. A private doctor visit, about $50. Comprehensive insurance, $100–$200 a month. Residency is also easy breathing. Show $1,000 a month from Social Security, and you qualify for the pensionado visa, with extra perks on services. Expat communities thrive in the Central Valley and Guanacaste, where retirees find companionship and a sense of home. Nature is the real orchestra here. Trek cloud forests in Monteverde, soak in Arenal's hot springs, sip coffee at night while howler monkeys call in the distance. Costa Rica isn't just a retirement spot. It's a place to rediscover what living really means. Which country on this list makes you want to pack your bags right now? Leave a comment below and share your pick. 3. Panama. The first-class ticket to retirement. If Costa Rica is the melody of Pura Vida, Panama is the first-class ticket for your retirement. Why? Because of the Pensionado Visa, one of the most famous retirement programs in the world. Show just $1,000 a month in lifetime pension, and you don't only get legal residency. You unlock a retiree discount card on flights, hotels, restaurants, entertainment, even medical care. Life here feels easier. A modern apartment outside Panama City costs $500–700 a month. Move to Boquete or Coronado. The air is cooler, the price is lighter. $20 at the market buys a week of tropical produce. Add it up, $2,500 to $2,000 a month. Covers housing, food, transport, and even private health insurance for $100–200. And Panama holds two rare advantages. First, the US dollar is the currency. No exchange rates, no surprises. Second, it's close. Just a few hours flight and you're back in the States. Family never feels far. Healthcare? Modern and reliable. Hospitals in Panama City and David meet international standards. Yes, Panama City can be crowded and pricey. But outside the capital are quiet towns, spring-like climates, and expat communities ready to welcome you. That's why Panama is more than affordable. It's safe, modern, and one of the most retiree-friendly countries in the world. 2. Ecuador, where the dollar travels 1,000 miles further. Few countries feel as familiar to Americans as Ecuador. Here, the US dollar is the official currency. No exchange rates, no conversions. Every dollar stretches further, much further than back home. In Cuenca, a UNESCO city in the Andes, a modern apartment rents for $300–600 a month. A retired couple lives well on $1,200–$1,800 with room to hire part-time help. At the market, a bouquet of roses costs less than a Starbucks coffee. Healthcare? Surprisingly affordable. A doctor's visit, $25, private insurance, $50 to $150 a month, even major surgeries up to 70% cheaper than in the US. And the visa? The pensionado requires just $800 a month in pension income. Show that, and you gain legal residency. Plus access to the national healthcare system. Ecuador is small, but endlessly diverse. The Amazon rainforest, the golden beaches of Salinas, the cool, spring-like highlands of Quito. One country, 1,000 lifestyles, all waiting for you. 1. Portugal, a European dream within reach. If Ecuador gives you the comfort of the dollar, Portugal offers you Europe itself. On the Silver Coast, a 2-bedroom apartment by the sea is $700–800 a month. Grilled sardines, $8. A glass of Porto wine, $5. Simple, refined, and your total cost of living just $100 to $1,300 a month. Healthcare, highly rated. Private consultation, $40, full insurance, $50 a month. And in Lisbon or Porto, doctors speak English with ease. Then comes the star, the D7 visa. Prove just $760 a month in income, easily covered by Social Security. And Portugal opens its doors. For years, the NHR program even granted 10 years of reduced taxes, a financial haven in plain sight. Yes, bureaucracy can move slowly, but the climate is gentle, the expat community is strong, and the landscapes unforgettable. Portugal, a European dream finally within your reach. From the beaches of Thailand, to the eternal spring of Colombia, to the timeless villages of Portugal, each country offers you something rare. The chance to turn a small Social Security check into a life full of experiences. In the US, that money barely pays the bills. But here, it covers your home, your meals, your health care, and buys you peace of mind. Retirement is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you finally live on your own terms. So tell me, will you choose a tropical paradise, a European village, or a city of eternal spring? Comment the country you'd love most. Hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next journey.